It's Nitro Nick, and I'm here in the pits with Jeff Pierce of Purple Gorilla Racing. Next to us here, we have the Purple Gorilla Racing Nitrous Camaro here. Jeff, I understand this is an 820 cubic inch motor, and you're running quite a few stages of nitrous. How many again?
Yeah, we're running 5 stages of Steve Johnson induction solution nitrous systems on it. It's making around 2,600 horsepower.
It's nothing seasonal.
No, it's not. It's been a 391 at 189 in the 8th, and quarter mile it's been 601 at 238.9.
601, wow. I mean, now, I imagine that's probably in slightly different conditions than here, but with the humidity and the weather it is today, I mean, you think you guys might break the 5?
Yeah, the 601 was actually at Indy. The weather was not nearly as good as here. I think the corrected altitude was around 2,000 feet, 2,100 feet. Here we're looking at like 100 foot of air. So, I mean, yeah, we're going to try to make it to the 5s this weekend.
Excellent. Well, I hope you guys pull that off. Now, tell us a little bit about the motor here. Now, I understand this is a rare Morrison motor that started out with a billet dart block and heads, and then the guys at Rare Morrison more or less turned to what it is now.
Right. Basically, the block started off as a chunk of aluminum. Dart did the rough machining out. Rare Morrison finished it up. The heads were a cast head that were machined, and Rare Morrison put the whole motor together and the whole combination together.
Excellent. Now, the one thing I did notice you guys have different that's going on as opposed to the rest of the competition. You guys run a Liberty 5-speed, is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Dad's never been a fan of automatic shifters or running a converter. He's always wanted a clutch with a handle in there that he has to manually shift the car, and so ever since then, that's what we've been running.
Oh man, a man after my own heart. I got to have that third pedal too. Let's take a look in here. So that's quite a bit of linkage there. Oh, I dig that. The remove before flight tag, always right. Classic. It looks like you guys are using a race pack as well. Seems to be more or less the staple of drag racing, really getting the most out of your car.
Right, race pack offers a really nice system. One of the features that a lot of guys don't use that I use is has a lot of math functions in it. You can take any one of your sensors and do any kind of math function to it and get another channel to spit it out. I actually calculate my vehicle speed and my tire speed, and I can actually see the difference in how much the tire is slipping on one run versus another.
Wow, so that way you can just get every last bit of thing, every last aspect of the car dialed into the fullest.
Oh yeah, that's, I mean, with these kind of cars you're looking for thousandths of a second.
I believe it. And I also understand with the rear, you guys have a different rear shock setup with separate reservoirs to keep this planted solid.
We run Penske shocks. They're starting to become pretty popular on these kind of cars. Basically, there's a canister on them that separates the nitrogen from the fluid in the shock, and it helps keep the shock from cavitating under hard loads. These cars make so much power, and the forces are so great back there that you have to have a good quality shock to really be able to control what's going on back there.
Now those Penske's, as opposed to some of the other shocks out there on the market, some of the other shocks after that first initial load want to bounce back up. That's
right, basically you're seeing cavitation there, and what cavitation is basically air bubbles are forming in the fluid, and when that happens, the shock loses total control, so it basically will let the car spring back up and not keep the car planted. With these Penske's though, and then nitrogen pressure on them, it keeps the car loaded and squatted down and ends up with a lot of faster 60-foot times.
So it stays nice and hooked up for you. All right, well it's been a pleasure talking to you, Jeff.
Nice talking to you too. Thank you very much.